Commander Alan West looked out at the massive glass dome of Galactic Command. Stars and distant planets shone through the clear material. For 5 years, humans had been part of the Galactic Federation. 5 long, frustrating years. Alan straightened his blue uniform and walked toward the meeting room. His boots made soft sounds on the polished floor. The aliens around him moved aside, some with respect, others with what seemed like fear. Humans were the newest species in the Federation, but their reputation had grown quickly. Inside the meeting room, representatives from 12 alien species sat around a large table. Alan took his seat as Earth's main speaker at Galactic Command. The human colonies on Mars and Europa need more resources, Alan said. Our people are struggling to survive with these limits. Zaxxon, the tall, blue-skinned leader of the Federation Council, waved his 6-fingered hand. The quotas remain as set. Your species must learn efficiency. Alan wanted to argue more, but he knew it would change nothing. The Federation had strict rules about how many resources each planet could use. Earth got far less than older members. Later that day, Alan called Earth. Admiral George Daniels appeared on the screen. His gray hair and serious face showed the stress of his job. They denied our request again, Alan reported. Admiral Daniels nodded. We expected that. But we have something else to discuss. Lieutenant Riley discovered something important. I'm sending her report now. The file appeared on Alan's screen. Lieutenant Samantha Riley had been monitoring the outer planets with Earth's new deep space sensors. Her report showed Federation ships near Saturn. They were taking gases and minerals from the rings without telling Earth or sharing any resources. They're stealing from our system, Alan said, anger rising in his voice. Yes, and we found signs they've done this before. They take what they want while telling us to limit our own use. Alan looked at the evidence. We should report this to the Council. Admiral Daniels shook his head. Not yet. We need more information. And he paused. There's something else. Dr. Monroe has been working on improvements to our ships. The Admiral sent another file. Earth scientists had created better engines than what the Federation used. The new drives could make Earth ships faster than any Federation vessel. The Federation had rules against developing technologies they hadn't approved, but Earth had done it anyway. How soon can these be installed? Alan asked. We already have 5 ships upgraded. They can move without being detected by Federation sensors. Alan understood what this meant. Earth had better technology than the Federation knew. This gave humans an advantage. On Mars Colony, Captain Laura Peterson received orders to prepare her ship, the Defiance. The crew worked quickly to load supplies and check systems. What's our mission, Captain? Asked Security Officer Michelle Grant. We'll be told once we leave orbit, Laura answered. She knew something big was happening, but details were secret. At Luna Base, Admiral Daniels met with Earth's military leaders. On a large screen, he showed evidence of Federation activities. They've been undermining our colonies while pretending to help us, Daniels said. They take our system's resources while enforcing limits on what we can use. Dr. Kevin Monroe, a scientist with thick glasses and messy hair, stood up. It's worse than that. We found Federation technology designed to slow our progress. They want to keep us dependent on them. The room grew quiet as everyone understood what this meant. The Federation wasn't a group of helpful aliens. They were slowly taking over Earth's solar system. Admiral Daniels looked at each person in the room. We have an advantage they don't know about. Our new drives can outrun their fastest ships. We need to act before they discover what we can do. Captain Eric Collins, a communications expert, spoke up. What are you suggesting, sir? We strike first, Daniels said. Quick, precise operations against their mining outposts. Show them we know what they're doing, and we won't allow it. The military leaders nodded in agreement. Earth would no longer sit quietly while the Federation took advantage of them. The time for action had come. Captain Laura Peterson stood on the bridge of the Defiance. The ship hummed with energy as it orbited Luna Base. Crew members moved quickly between stations, preparing for their secret mission. "All systems are ready, Captain," said Lieutenant Frank Harris, his eyes fixed on the control panel. Laura nodded. "Good. We launch in 30 minutes." Deep inside Luna Base, Admiral Daniels led the final planning meeting. Military leaders from Earth, Mars, and Europa sat around a large table. Holograms showed maps of the solar system and nearby star systems. "Operation Silent Thunder begins tonight," Admiral Daniels said. "This is our response to Federation deception." Dr. Monroe stepped forward. His hand shook slightly as he adjusted his glasses. "The Federation has given us outdated technology while keeping the best for themselves. But we've developed something better." He pressed a button, and a hologram of a ship engine appeared. "Our new FTL drive is 40% faster than Federation ships, and it leaves no energy trail they can follow." The room filled with impressed murmurs. Admiral Daniels waited for quiet before continuing. "We have 5 ships equipped with these drives. Each will strike a different Federation mining operation. We take no lives unless absolutely necessary. This is about sending a message, not starting a war." Captain Ryan Mitchell raised his hand. "What about Earth's delegation at Galactic Command? Won't they be in danger if we do this?" "Commander West and his team know nothing about our plans," Daniels answered. "Their surprise will be genuine when news of the attacks reaches Galactic Command. This protects them and makes our message stronger." On the Defiance, Laura studied her mission details. Her ship would target a Federation mining outpost near Neptune. The plan was simple: disable their systems, download their data, and leave without being identified. Eric Collins, the communications specialist, approached her. "Captain, I've developed a way to jam their transmissions. They won't be able to call for help." "How long will it last?" Laura asked. 20 minutes. Should be enough time." Laura looked at her crew. They were young, but well-trained. Most importantly, they believed in their mission. The Federation had treated humans like children for too long. "Everyone listen," she said. "What we do today will change humanity's place in the galaxy. The Federation thinks we're weak and obedient. Today we show them they're wrong." Security Officer Michelle Grant checked her weapons. "Do we expect resistance, Captain?" "Minimal. The outpost has a small security team. We'll use stun weapons only. No deaths if we can avoid it." The Defiance separated from Luna Base and moved away from Earth. Once past Mars, Laura gave the order: "Activate the new drive." The stars outside seemed to stretch as the ship jumped to speeds no human vessel had reached before. The crew watched in amazement. Federation ships took days to reach Neptune. The Defiance would arrive in hours. Back at Luna Base, Admiral Daniels watched as 5 ships disappeared from traditional tracking systems. Only Earth's new sensors could follow their movements. "Now we wait," he said quietly. At Galactic Command, Commander Alan West attended another frustrating meeting. Alien representatives discussed resource distribution while ignoring Earth's needs. Alan's communication device buzzed. A message from Admiral Daniels simply read, "Watch and wait. Say nothing." Alan didn't understand the message, but he trusted the Admiral. Something was happening, something important enough to be kept secret even from him. On the Defiance, Laura prepared her crew as Neptune grew larger on their screens. The Federation outpost orbited the blue planet, harvesting gases that belonged to Earth by Federation law. "Prepare for silent approach," Laura ordered. "Weapons ready but set to disable only." The outpost grew larger in their view screen. It had no idea humans had developed the technology to reach it so quickly or approach without detection. "Begin Operation Silent Thunder," Laura said. "Let's show the Federation who they're really dealing with." The Defiance moved silently toward the Federation mining outpost near Neptune. Captain Laura Peterson watched the blue planet fill the view screen. The outpost looked small against Neptune's vastness, a collection of metal structures with extending arms that pulled gases from the planet's atmosphere. "No sign they've detected us," reported Lieutenant Harris. Their scanners are still pointed toward the regular approach vectors. Laura nodded. Perfect. Eric, is the jamming system ready? Eric Collins adjusted settings on his console. Ready, Captain. Once activated, they won't be able to send distress signals for 20 minutes. Security teams in position? Laura asked. Michelle Grant touched the stun weapon at her hip. Yes, Captain. 3 teams, all with non-lethal equipment as ordered. Laura took a deep breath. What they were about to do would change everything. Begin the operation. Activate jamming now. Eric pressed a series of buttons. Jamming active. Their communications are blocked. Move us in, Laura ordered. The Defiance glided toward the outpost, approaching from Neptune's shadow where sensors were weakest. Inside the outpost, alarms suddenly blared. The Federation workers, mostly blue-skinned Zentari and insect-like Freen, rushed to control panels. Systems failing, a Zentari shouted. We've lost communications and defensive shields. Before they could react further, the airlocks opened. Humans in dark uniforms entered, stun weapons raised. The Federation workers raised their hands in surrender. Michelle led her team through the main corridor. Secure the command center, she ordered. 2 security officers moved ahead, while others secured each section of the outpost. In the command center, Laura faced the outpost's manager, a tall Zentari named Jorex. This facility is temporarily under Earth control, she announced. No one will be harmed if you cooperate. Jorex's blue skin paled. Humans? How did you get here so quickly? Our sensors detected nothing. Laura ignored his questions. Eric, download their files. Michelle, secure the facility. I want a full inventory of what they've been taking from Neptune. Eric connected devices to the outpost's computers. Data flowed into secure storage units. Getting everything, Captain. Wait. He frowned. There's a secured section in their database that's heavily encrypted. Can you access it? Laura asked. Eric's fingers flew across the interface. Yes, but it will take a few minutes. Michelle returned from inspecting the facility. Captain, you need to see something. Her voice sounded strained. Laura followed Michelle to a sealed laboratory deep in the outpost. Through a window, they saw containers marked with biohazard symbols. Inside were cultures of something living. What is this? Laura demanded of a Vreen scientist they had detained. The insect-like alien's mandibles clicked nervously. Research materials, not authorized to discuss. Laura turned to Michelle. Take samples. Document everything. Back in the command center, Eric had broken through the encryption. Captain, these aren't just mining records. They're testing biological agents here. Laura looked at the data on his screen. Biological agents targeted for what? Eric's face grew pale. For humans. They're developing something that would affect only human physiology. Laura felt cold anger rise inside her. Download everything. We're taking all this back to Earth. The crew worked quickly, copying data and collecting samples. Federation workers watched in stunned silence. Humans weren't supposed to have this technology or the boldness to use it. 15 minutes until jamming ends, Eric reported. We should leave before then. Laura addressed the outpost staff. You will not be harmed. Your life support and essential systems remain functional. Your communications will return in approximately 5 minutes after we depart. She looked directly at Jorex. Tell your superiors that Earth knows what the Federation has been doing. This is our first response. There will be more if necessary. The human teams returned to the Defiance. Once everyone was aboard, Laura ordered their departure. The ship moved away from the outpost and accelerated, disappearing from conventional sensors. At Galactic Command, the first reports of the outpost's system's failure reached the Federation Council. Confusion spread as they tried to understand what had happened. Probably a technical malfunction, one counselor suggested. These outposts are in harsh environments. Commander Alan West listened carefully but said nothing. He now understood Admiral Daniel's message. Something had changed in humanity's approach to the Federation, and this was just the beginning. The Federation High Council gathered in the Grand Chamber at Galactic Command on Centauri Prime. 12 alien leaders sat around a massive table made from rare woods from a dozen worlds. The atmosphere was tense. Council leader Zaxxon stood at the head of the table. His blue skin looked darker with anger. "We have reports of an incident at our Neptune outpost. All systems went offline for 20 minutes. When communications returned, the staff reported intruders. A holographic display showed images from the outpost's security systems. The images were blurry but clearly showed humans in dark uniforms." "Humans?" asked Counselor Vex, a reptilian representative. "How could they reach Neptune so quickly? Their ships are too slow." Zaxxon waved away the concern. "They must have used a transport already in the outer system. They are a minor annoyance at best." Commander Alan West sat quietly in the human section. He showed no reaction to the news, though his mind raced. Earth had clearly developed technology beyond what the Federation believed possible. A Federation officer rushed into the chamber. "Council leader, we have reports of 2 more attacks. Our mining operations near Proxima Centauri have been hit. The Federation ships Eternal Light and Cosmic Harmony have been disabled." The council chamber erupted in shocked voices. Proxima Centauri was 4 light years from Earth. No human ship should be able to reach it so quickly. Zaxxon slammed his 6-fingered hand on the table. "Impossible. Human vessels would take weeks to reach Proxima Centauri." Federation Commander Drell, a tall gray-skinned alien with 4 eyes, studied the reports carefully. The attacks showed the same pattern. Communications and defensive systems disabled first. No casualties. Data systems accessed. The intruders identified themselves as human in all cases. Zaxxon turned to Alan. "Commander West, what does Earth know about these attacks?" Alan kept his face neutral. "This is the first I'm hearing of them, Council Leader. I will contact Earth immediately for information." "See that you do," Zaxxon said coldly. "If Earth has violated Federation technology protocols, there will be severe consequences." After the meeting, Alan returned to the human embassy and sent an encrypted message to Admiral Daniels. The response was brief. "Continue as normal. Express appropriate concern. More to come." Across the galaxy, the Federation began mobilizing its defense fleet. Ships moved to protect key installations. The attacks had caught them completely by surprise. On the Defiance, Laura Peterson received new orders. Her crew had returned from Neptune with valuable data about the biological weapons. Now they were headed to their next target. "The Federation is scrambling," Eric Collins reported, monitoring communication channels. "They can't understand how we're moving so fast or approaching undetected." Laura smiled. "Let them wonder. Set course for the Sirius outpost. Same approach as before." At Luna Base, Admiral Daniels reviewed the data from the Neptune mission. The evidence of biological weapons research disturbed him deeply. He called an emergency meeting with Earth's leaders. The Federation was developing weapons specifically designed to target humans, he explained. "This confirms our worst fears. They never intended to treat us as equals." Dr. Monroe analyzed the samples from the outpost. These agents would cause massive respiratory failure in humans while leaving other species unaffected. They were planning something terrible. The Earth president looked grim. "How far do we take this, Admiral? We can't fight the entire Federation." "We don't need to," Daniels replied. "We just need to show enough strength that they'll negotiate fairly. Our technology gives us an advantage they don't expect. We use it while we have it." At Galactic Command, another emergency session was called. More reports of disabled outposts and ships had arrived. The pattern was clear now. Humans were targeting Federation mining operations and research facilities throughout nearby space. Commander Drell approached Zaxxon privately. "Council Leader, I believe we have underestimated the humans. These attacks are too coordinated, too precise. They have technology we didn't know about." Zaxxon's face darkened. Find out how they're doing this, and prepare our warships. If humans want to challenge the Federation, they will learn a painful lesson. Alan West sat alone in his office at the human embassy. Reports of human attacks filled the Federation news networks. He knew Earth had just changed the balance of power in the galaxy. He only hoped it wouldn't lead to all-out war. Dr. Kevin Monroe worked through the night at Luna Base. The files stolen from the Federation outposts contained massive amounts of information. 3 other scientists helped him, but they still had only decoded a small portion of the data. "I found something," Dr. Monroe said suddenly. His eyes widened behind his thick glasses. "This is worse than we thought." Admiral Daniels leaned over his shoulder. "What is it?" Dr. Monroe pointed to a series of plans on his screen. "These are Federation settlement plans. For Earth. They were planning to colonize our planet after using up resources in the outer system." Admiral Daniels stared at the documents in shock. The files showed detailed maps of Earth with Federation structures placed over major cities. The plans were labeled Phase 3, Terra Acquisition. "When was this scheduled to begin?" Daniels asked. "Within 10 years, Dr. Monroe replied. "They've been studying us, learning our weaknesses." Daniels straightened up. "Send copies to all Earth leaders immediately. And get this to Commander West at Galactic Command. It's time to drop the act." In deep space, Captain Ryan Mitchell guided the Earth vessel Vigilance toward a large Federation shipyard. Unlike previous missions, this one had different orders. "All crew to battle stations," Mitchell announced. "This time we aren't staying hidden. The Federation needs to know exactly who they're dealing with." The Vigilance approached the shipyard at full speed. Federation defense systems detected the ship but couldn't lock on. The human vessel moved too quickly and unpredictably. "Open communications," Mitchell ordered. The face of the shipyard commander, a reptilian Vex, appeared on screen. "Unidentified vessel, you have entered restricted space. Identify yourself immediately." Mitchell stood tall. "This is Captain Ryan Mitchell of the Earth vessel Vigilance. By order of Earth Command, this facility is to cease all operations related to projects Helix, Neptune mining, and Terra acquisition." The Vex commander's eyes widened. "How do you know those names?" "Those are classified Federation projects." "We know everything," Mitchell replied. "Your Federation has been lying to Earth since first contact. Today that ends." The Vigilance fired precision weapons that disabled the shipyard's main power systems and weapons. No areas with personnel were targeted. "This is an official warning from Earth," Mitchell continued. "We have evidence of your plans against our planet. All such activities will stop immediately, or we will take further action." Before the stunned Vex could respond, the Vigilance vanished, its enhanced drive taking it beyond Federation tracking capabilities. At Galactic Command, the chamber was in chaos. Reports of the shipyard attack played on large screens. For the first time, humans had openly claimed responsibility. Commander Alan West entered the chamber with a datapad. He walked directly to the center of the room. "Council Leader Zaxxon," he said loudly, "Earth has evidence of Federation plots against our planet." Zaxxon's blue face darkened. "Your accusations are outrageous, Commander West. Earth vessels have attacked Federation installations. This is an act of war." Alan held up the datapad. "These files contain proof that the Federation planned to colonize Earth. You were developing biological weapons specifically designed to harm humans. You have been stealing resources from our solar system while enforcing strict limits on what we could use." He sent the files to the main display. Images and documents appeared for all council members to see. Several gasped at the evidence. "Earth will no longer accept Federation deception," Alan continued. "We demand equal treatment and respect for our sovereignty. The attacks will stop when you agree to fair negotiations." Zaxxon slammed his fist down. "This is blackmail. The Federation does not negotiate under threats." A representative from the Corvian species, a race of smaller furred aliens, stood up. "Perhaps we should examine this evidence before dismissing it, Council Leader." If these documents are authentic, the Federation has violated its own charter. Other representatives nodded in agreement. Several smaller species had long suspected the Federation of favoring the powerful founding races. Outside the chamber, another representative secretly contacted Earth. "This is Ambassador Nix of the Liridian Confederation. We have suffered similar treatment from the Federation. We wish to open private communications with Earth." The balance of power was shifting. Earth was no longer alone in its stand against Federation dominance. Admiral George Daniels arrived at Galactic Command with 3 human ships. The vessels were smaller than most Federation warships, but moved with surprising speed and precision. They docked at the human section of the massive space station. Federation security officers watched nervously as Admiral Daniels and his team walked through the arrival area. Unlike Commander West in his diplomatic uniform, Daniels wore a full military dress with medals and insignia showing Earth's military achievements. "Admiral Daniels." Alan greeted him formally. "Welcome to Galactic Command." They shook hands while cameras recorded the moment. Federation news networks broadcast the arrival across thousands of worlds. Humans were now the main topic on every channel. In a private room, Alan briefed the Admiral. "The Federation is trying to isolate us diplomatically. They've ordered several trade partners to cut ties with Earth." Daniels nodded. "Expected. That's why we brought Olivia Carter." Olivia Carter was Earth's top negotiator. She had helped form alliances between Earth colonies when resources were scarce. Now she would work to build a coalition of alien species who shared Earth's concerns about Federation control. "I've already received messages from 7 species," Olivia said. "All smaller members like us, all feeling the same pressure from the founding races." Meanwhile, on the Defiance, Captain Laura Peterson received an urgent message from Earth intelligence. The coordinates led to a location just beyond Pluto's orbit. "What's there?" Security Officer Michelle Grant asked. Laura showed her the report. A Federation black site. Long-range weapons aimed directly at Earth. They're hidden from normal detection methods. "Were they planning to attack us?" Eric Collins asked. "Maybe as a last resort," Laura replied. "But we can't leave those weapons in place." The Defiance changed course. This mission would be different, more dangerous than the others. They would need to completely destroy the weapons, not just disable them. As they approached the hidden station, Laura addressed her crew. "This is not like our previous missions. Those weapons threaten our home planet. We must neutralize them completely." Eric studied the station's transmissions. "Captain, I've intercepted communications from the station. They're discussing containment protocols for Earth. They mentioned something called Final Solution." Laura's face hardened. "Record everything. We need proof of what they're planning." On Galactic Command, Council Leader Zaxxon called for sanctions against Earth. These attacks cannot go unpunished. Earth must surrender its illegal technology and submit to Federation authority. Admiral Daniels stood to respond. "Earth will not surrender anything. For 5 years, we followed your rules while you plotted against us. Those days are over." He activated a display showing the biological weapons research from the Neptune outpost. "You developed weapons to kill humans. You plan to take our planet. You placed weapons aimed at Earth just beyond our detection range." Gasps and murmurs spread through the chamber. Many representatives had not known about these projects. "These are Federation security matters," Zaxxon insisted. "Earth has no right to access classified information." "We have every right when the information concerns plans to destroy us," Daniels replied. The Korgian representative stood. "I move that we form an independent committee to investigate these claims. If they are true, the Federation has violated its own founding principles." More representatives voiced support. The balance was shifting. Meanwhile, Eric Collins made a bold move on the Defiance. He hacked into the Federation's main communication network and broadcast footage from the Neptune outpost showing the biological weapons research. He added the communications they had just intercepted about the final solution for Earth. The broadcast reached billions of beings across thousands of worlds. For the first time, regular citizens of the Federation saw evidence of their leaders' secret plans. Public opinion began to shift. Protests formed on several worlds, demanding answers from Federation officials. Olivia Carter worked tirelessly, meeting with representatives from smaller Federation species. Earth doesn't want to destroy the Federation, she told them. We want to reform it. Equal rights for all members, not just the founding races. One by one, allies emerged. The Federation's united front was cracking. Earth was no longer fighting alone. Alarms blared across Luna Base. Federation warships had entered the Sol system. 20 massive vessels moved toward Earth in attack formation. Their weapons systems were active. Admiral Daniels received the alert at Galactic Command. He immediately contacted Earth. How many ships do we have ready? 8 with the new drives, came the response. Not enough to stop 20 Federation warships. Daniels turned to Commander West. This is it. Zaxxon has decided on war rather than negotiation. In the council chamber, Zaxxon announced his decision. The Security Council has authorized military action to restore order on Earth. Their illegal technology and unprovoked attacks cannot be tolerated. Several representatives objected, but Zaxxon ignored them. The decision is final. Earth will learn that no one challenges Federation authority. At Luna Base, Lieutenant Samantha Riley worked frantically to analyze Federation shield technologies. She had been studying the data from all the raids. Admiral, she called Daniels directly. I found something. Federation shields have a frequency vulnerability. If we hit them with precisely calibrated energy pulses, we can create a cascade failure. Can you send the specifications immediately? Daniels asked. Already done, sir. All our ships will have the data in minutes. Admiral Daniels turned to his officers. Prepare Operation Thunderclap. We hit every Federation military installation within 3 parsecs of Earth. Simultaneously, on the Defiance, Captain Laura Peterson received new orders. Set course for Centauri Prime, she told her crew. Maximum speed. Eric Collins looked surprised. Centauri Prime. That's the Federation's military headquarters. Exactly, Laura replied. While they're focused on Earth, we strike at their command structure. The Federation fleet approached Mars orbit. Their commander, a veteran Zentari named Solon, felt confident. Humans had surprised them with their technology, but they couldn't stand against 20 warships. Prepare to enter Earth orbit, he ordered. Once there, demand immediate surrender. Suddenly, alarms sounded across his ship. Sir, human vessels detected. They're appearing behind us. Earth ships emerged from FTL travel in perfect formation. 8 vessels, much smaller than the Federation warships, but moving with incredible speed and precision. Target their shield generators, ordered Admiral Scott Patel, commanding Earth's defense fleet. Use Lieutenant Riley's frequency calculations. Earth ships fired precisely calibrated energy weapons. The beams hit Federation shields at exact points. Instead of being absorbed, the energy created resonance patterns that spread across the shield surfaces. On the Federation flagship, Solon watched in horror as shield readings fluctuated wildly. What's happening? Shields failing across the fleet, sir, his officer reported. They found the resonance frequency. One by one, Federation shields collapsed. Earth ships then fired secondary weapons, disabling engines and weapons systems, but avoiding crew quarters. Meanwhile, Captain Ryan Mitchell led a small team on a daring mission. While the Federation focused on Earth, his ship approached Galactic Command itself. Using the confusion of the diplomatic crisis, they docked at a maintenance bay. We have 30 minutes, he told his team. Get to the central computer core and upload the virus. The virus was designed by Earth's best programmers. Once in the Federation network, it would reveal all classified communications to every member species. No more secrets, no more plots hidden from the Council. Across Federation space, Earth ships appeared in key systems. Federation military bases found themselves suddenly under attack from vessels that shouldn't have been able to reach them so quickly. Admiral Daniels stood before the Council. The Federation fleet attacking Earth has been disabled without casualties. Similar operations are underway throughout Federation space. Zaxxon's blue face had turned almost gray. This is impossible. What is impossible, Daniels replied, is that you thought you could threaten our homeworld, and we would simply allow it. On the main screen, reports flooded in from across the galaxy. Federation military installations reported their systems disabled. Defense grids went offline. And most shocking of all, classified documents began appearing on public networks. What have you done? Zaxxon demanded. Created transparency, Daniels answered. Every Federation citizen can now see what their leaders have been planning. Every secret, every plot, every violation of your own charter. The chamber erupted in chaos as representatives received messages from their homeworlds. The Federation's military response had failed completely. Earth hadn't just defended itself, it had revealed the corruption at the Federation's heart. The Federation fleet hung motionless near Jupiter. Their weapon systems and engines were disabled, but life support and communications remained functional. Admiral Solon faced the most difficult decision of his career. Sir, Earth ships are holding position. They're requesting our surrender, his communications officer reported. Solon looked at the tactical display. More reports arrived from across Federation space. Every major military installation had been hit by surprise attacks. The humans had somehow managed to coordinate strikes across thousands of light years simultaneously. Send the stand-down order, Solon said quietly. We cannot win this fight. On Galactic Command, the Council chamber had become a scene of historic change. Representatives from 30 species called for Council leader Zaxxon to step down. The classified documents revealed by Earth's virus showed years of corruption and secret plans against member worlds. The Federation was founded on principles of cooperation and mutual benefit, said the Corvian representative. These documents prove that the founding races betrayed those principles. Zaxxon stood defiant until the end. Everything I did was to maintain order and stability. By planning to eliminate entire species, Commander Alan West asked. By developing biological weapons. By positioning planet-killer weapons near Earth. The vote was overwhelming. Zaxxon was removed from power. A new interim council was formed with representatives from 12 species, including Earth. Admiral Daniels addressed the new council. Earth does not seek to destroy the Federation. We want reform, equal representation, true cooperation. The Liridian representative nodded. Many of us have suffered similar treatment. Perhaps it took human boldness to finally challenge the system. 2 days later, a formal peace agreement was signed. Federation restrictions on human colonies were lifted. Earth would share some of its new technology while maintaining necessary safeguards. A new charter was drafted, giving equal voting rights to all member species. On Mars colony, families celebrated. The strict resource quotas were gone. Ships could now travel freely between Earth and its colonies. Captain Laura Peterson stood on the bridge of the Defiance. Her ship had been chosen for a special mission, the first joint human-alien scientific expedition under the new agreement. Captain Eric Collins called from his station. We're receiving a transmission from Admiral Daniels. Daniels appeared on screen. Captain Peterson, congratulations. The Defiance is officially designated as the flagship for the new Galactic Alliance. Laura smiled. Galactic Alliance, sir. Yes. The old Federation is being reorganized. New name, new structure, new purpose. Your first mission will take you beyond explored space. You'll have crew members from 6 different species. After the transmission ended, Michelle Grant approached Laura. Do you think it will work? Humans and aliens working together as equals. It has to, Laura replied. We proved we can fight them to a standstill. Now we need to prove we can build something better together. At Galactic Command, Commander Alan West was sworn in as Earth's first High Counselor. The ceremony was broadcast to every world in the new alliance. 5 years ago, Earth joined the galactic community. Alan said in his acceptance speech, "We came with hope and excitement, only to find ourselves treated as lesser beings. Today marks a new beginning." He looked at the representatives from dozens of worlds. Humans don't accept being controlled or threatened. We fought back when we had to. But what we really want is partnership, real cooperation, a galaxy where all species work together for common good. Dr. Kevin Monroe led a team of scientists from 7 species examining the biological weapons the Federation had been developing. Together, they found ways to neutralize the threats and develop new medical treatments that would benefit everyone. On Earth, children looked up at the stars with new understanding. Humans were no longer alone, no longer restricted. Their bold actions had changed the galaxy forever. Admiral Daniel stood at a window on Galactic Command, watching ships from dozens of worlds move through space. "We took an enormous risk," he said to Alan West. "It could have ended very differently." Alan nodded. "Humans have always been risk-takers. That's why the old Federation feared us, and why the new alliance needs us." The stars seemed brighter somehow, full of new possibilities and adventures that would have been impossible just months before. Humanity had earned its place among the stars not just through technology or strength, but through the courage to stand up for what was right.